look at the two setups here now. Okay, the right hand one was your before. Okay, we can see a little bit sort of preset forward with the shaft there, and grip wise for me a little bit kind of underneath with your palm there, fingers a bit wrapped over top, slightly stronger grip. Okay, and the gripping in the fingers, as we said about holding the pencil in the fingers, nice and loose, helps keep that club face under control, keeps that face square. If you hold the club with your hand underneath, you'll tend to revert back to what we call a natural position, which is basically your arms hanging down from your shoulders. That's your natural hang. You're holding with your wrist kind of this way, like that. So when it returns back to normal, the club face will be closing, okay? And in terms of the swing, what then you try to do to sort of compensate for that, okay? Quite a kind of stiff right arm going back now and left. No real bend in the arm at all there. Backswing a little bit shorter, okay? And as you come through the shot, you can see left arm now trying to hold the club face. Quite a high left shoulder. Looks a little bit kind of sort of shovey kind of thing. And the club sometimes looks, when you first made your first few swings, almost like your club was heavy, trying to lift it through rather than that kind of whipping sensation we want to try and get more of if we can. So grip wise a bit more in the finger, the thumb's a little bit more on top, so your sort of pad of your thumbnail was sort of sitting underneath that rather than wrapping around as they were, okay? The feeling then from a softer grip position and a better right hand grip and the shaft slightly more vertical is this elbow just going to soften on the way back. Now, as much as you think you're probably bending it like this, if you're honest, you see how much your arm on the way back is bending. It is bending a little bit. Certainly a longer backswing now, yeah? Certainly a further shoulder, but for you to move from where you were to eventually where we want to get to, I suppose, somewhere around here with a slight softening of the elbow, you've gone from here to there, and in time we'll get over there. Changing too much sometimes too soon can be problematic because it can be so far away from where you're used to, where your comfort zone is, you'll see miles away. The pleasing thing for me, the more so on the way down, as you come to the impact now, good impact position there now, really nice strike of the golf club. As you swing through, just look at your arm there as you come to your left elbow more, slightly more underneath sort of peak of your cap there, whereas this one just looks very high with that shoulder, very stiff, and your arms now are releasing a lot better. And I think the more we can get that sort of softening with the arms, the sensation that your arms are working, yes, they're still going to be working fairly wide, but we're not just locking them into submission so they can't move. Okay? As you go back, if you sort of think halfway back, look at the L position here now, left arm there in the club, hence the L position, okay? This right arm now is going to be softening as you have it. As you swing through, okay, this left arm would be sort of straightening as this arm is softening there, okay? Through the swing there's a little bit late in the release, but I don't mind that too much, okay? It's a much better movement there. I think the ball flight you've been having in the last sort of 4 or 5 shots certainly shows there's a much better swishing of the club. And like I say, from your point of view, what we're trying to do is about consistency. Your good shot really was kind of up here. Your bad shot was down there. If we can make your good shot a bit better up here and your bad shot be more around here somewhere, at least that gap is shrinking, you can play golf. So I tend to look at when people first sort of start playing golf like a 20% rule. So if you're going 100 yards to the flag, you want to try and get it within 20 yards of the flag. If you're at 200 yards, you're allowed 40 yards. 150, you're allowed 30 kind of thing. So you just give yourself kind of a circle around the target you're aiming for. And that target could be the fairway, could be the green, could be anything, okay? You're trying to get in that circle, okay? As you get better, your dispersion will get smaller, i.e. your bad shots, rather than being really good up here, say, your bad shots are down there. You watch the Masters this weekend, you'll see guys, all the pros are in a lot of bad shots. They're just pretty good bad shots. Okay, now they might get more punished at someone like Augusta because the greens are so penal and obviously the slopes and the runoffs, but they might miss the ball by 6 inches from where they want to land and they're down the fairway somewhere in the wrong direction. But they're not all hitting perfect shots every time. To hit a perfect golf shot every time, it just takes, not luck, but I mean, McIlroy said once in a video with his driver, he's regarded one of the best drivers in the world, 1 in 10 to perfect drive. The rest are just good miss hits. Okay, his miss hits probably in terms of millimetres. When we first start, it's probably inches. As we get better, it's more towards centimetres. Okay, but just bringing that dispersion in, and I think getting away from that compensation. As we said, when you hit the ball left, you could hit a golf ball that didn't go left, but it just goes so far right, it's still no benefit to you as a golfer because, well, there's troubles that far left or that far right. Okay, so just to summarise there, okay, just to get the feeling back to set up, nice and loose in the arms and grip, especially more in the fingers with that right hand especially. Okay, if you get underneath, it will encourage that kind of hooking sensation. And then in terms of your movement as you go back, softening with that right arm as you go back. Okay, allow the arm to soften, let you get a bit more of a backswing there, okay? Keeping your height there as you go back, not so much of a drop there now, because you're able to rotate and set that club. I would actually suggest making some one-arm swings with without a golf club, just your right arm doing this. Yeah. In terms of a drill you can do at home, I'm going to mention now, use a wall. Get yourself at home, get yourself in your golfing posture, sort of shuffle towards the wall, again maybe using your hand there, and just make some swings keeping your head on the wall. If you sort of lean into it, you'll feel that, okay? So, and again, but when you do that, don't lean into the wall till the wall stops you. Get your golfing posture, again, a foot away from the wall or so, and then just shuffle until your head rests against the wall, okay? I don't want sort of downhill skiers kind of leaning into the wall there, because you'll know about it on your spine if you're not careful. So, alright? So soften the arms as you go back, and allow your arms to soften as you go through. But just actually, that swing looks a lot more freer and fluid, and I think the ball flight's showing that, and there's more an ability now to swish that club, get away from that mechanical lock in the arms, keep things stiff, and just looked a bit robotic to start with. Yeah. Okay, makes sense?
Yeah.
Cool, let's have a couple more then, okay?